Yeah, here we go. Alright, this is Alpha Master Pimp, Series, the active dominant, and BDSM lifestyles, and a few other things. And, well, Hafiz Harris, the devil's dominant, easy like Sunday morning. Get a lot of those internet kind of profiles that I've lived in the course of maybe as long as most of us have had access to the internet, enough to actually, exchange ideas, energies, or communications or whatnot. And it's been a while since I've talked to y'all, and I guess everything has taken on its own evolution of sorts. I'm sure that a lot of people are expecting for me to actually say something enlightening or ignorant. All right, I'm going to start off by saying, all right, I'm an active member in the people of color culture and lifestyle of the BDSM community at large, as you know it, in the United States of America at least. Not because they wanted me to be there, but because I'm still here. And I've grown from being someone who just wanted to find out if anyone else like me existed to being someone who's actually, volunteered my services, as logistics officer, or resident stagehand and buddy of the guy who owns all of the BDSM equipment, and I assisted and others not having to, even think about the mere fact that without those things showing up, they would have just been there with a bunch of clothes they had in a suitcase, calling themselves kinky. And therein lies some of the interesting things about who the fuck are you, and why the hell do you have to consider just because somebody else doesn't kiss your butt, doesn't mean that they actually qualify to be lesser than you any day you wake up and decide to actually just walk through somebody else's existence. Now, I'd say that again, but it would be impossible to remember. Why? Because it's been a long time. I mean, this is what, 2014? It's that August area, and it's right into that hub of anniversaries of sorts that I can actually share with a friend of mine, that we've gone through this whole journey. For the past 10 years, almost 11 years, in the same contents. I was doing the same thing then when we were just looking for our way. We found everything, including the POC, the POC community of the BDSM and leather lifestyle. And honestly, I have to say that the reason why I'm still here and still in that enough that I got my pass to the party too. See, I got a pass too. And next year, so should you. That's a slight plug for Black Beat. Happens around August or something like that. They actually have a really interesting event. Most people, it's not just a gateway event, but I've actually seen at least 90% of all of the, so-called veterans in the lifestyle, all somewhere or another fly their little asses in and out and through there, enough to be who they are now. When you respect their books and their words and their judgments, when you come to them to ask them, how can you learn how to be better at keeping or having a mate and keeping your sex or sexual activities, fresh and funky and fun. Now, I'd like to rewind that, but I don't think you'd remember. BDSM, bondage, bondage, discipline, sadomasochism. It's like small words, kind of like in psychology or psychiatry. It's all the difference of, do you like some motherfucker that's a cokehead, or do you like this motherfucker over here who's a speed freak, or do you like this motherfucker over here, who's basically a closet gimp, or do you like this motherfucker over here with power struggles? Now, I just said a whole lot of interesting things, didn't I? Now, when you mix and mingle all those things between people you can see and people you don't know, you sit back and you go, okay, what does all this mean with BDSM? Well, we're talking about black folks. Are we or aren't we not? No, we're not. We're talking about people of color and cultures. Now, unlike most other people, Just because somebody, black folks especially, you know, just because somebody happens to have a different cultural aspect to them, or they pronounce their words funny, or anything else of that nature, you know, we tend to disqualify them, you know, from our reasonale for respecto. But, you know, that's not what we're talking about, or is it? Um, I've learned a lot in the past 10, 11 years, but mostly I've watched a lot of other people learn too. Now follow me here. I've watched haters hate better or hate worse, but I've watched them also rehearse their hate enough to be able to now teach their hate to the new generations of people who are related to the people that they're related to. Now, nothing wrong with that outside of the fact that there ain't but so many doggone black people or people of color in this country that are allowed to motherfucking have the night off to go do some kinky shit without going to jail for being reckless abusers or predators. I would like to honestly say that if you've been following my little journeys for the past 10 years, I can honestly admit to you that I am absolutely proud to introduce to you. You want to introduce yourself? Because I'm making a YouTube thing, and this is the last time that anybody will actually see you before you go off on your new elevated duties. So, you know, you can actually at least come out and say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and in the past entire 10 years or whatever, I have not been abused, you know, or dismembered or anything else of that nature. And guess what? Hate on, bitches, you know, and we can put that up because at least I have your permission, right? You ready for that? You think you can do that? All right. Come on, man, because I ain't got but 7 minutes left on this video. But this is, you know, a dedication to my little fuck-up, formerly known as, yeah, go ahead. You can say that. Go ahead.
Hi. Hi, I'm CJ.
Really?
You see me?
There she is right there.
I'm CJ. I'm the person you're talking about for the last, what, I would say 10 years maybe.
Come on now.
You know? All's good. No abuse here on my end. Nobody's pulling my arm.
You all lie. We've been in BDSM. I have terrorized this little heifer. I have put my hands on this motherfucker, and sometimes I have found demons, and I have helped her to shake them some bitches out to the point that the person that she was 10 years ago is not the person that you're looking at right now.
I'm definitely not the person that I was then, you know. And I'm not admitting to, you know, being...
But if you followed this whole thing, you notice that you see these little dreadheads, things right here? I remember when she had a really bad perm and green doggone eye contacts talking about roar. Look at her now.
It's me.
That's empowerment.
That's
she
me.
did it herself. I just tolerated being a glutton for pain.
You know,
and this is what BDSM looks like.
You know,
and
gotta understand it.
Yeah.
Seriously, I've learned now more how to understand it better. You know.
Really.
And I've never, nothing that's happened to me has been anything that I've not really wanted to happen.
Well,
you know,
not like you had a choice, right?
Stuff, whatever,
But past all of that.
Yeah. But anywho.
But past all of that, you can go on now. You can go ahead now, unless you want to hang out, and you can hang out for the rest if you want.
Pretty color.
But
I like that.
past all of this, you had to realize that each one of us had a certain moment in time where we've actually been able to at least now say that we've at least formed at least 10 years of some form of healing, that both of us has actually been able to feed off of each other. Now, I'm a better person for my my duty to get in the booty until the booty can get the fuck up and do what they do. And now I'm proud to say that, you know, that's where we're at. And we've gone into a whole realm and then been able to come out that whole realm as better friends than anything else, because that's everything. And in order for you to have a lifestyle, you have to understand how that shit works. It ain't pretty all day, every day. There's some days that you're going to hate your own fucking self. But, you know, with a little bondage, discipline, and sadomasochism, you know, you can work. Now, everybody can't handle shit that everybody else do. That's the reason why half of these motherfuckers that go around there talking bad about me, talk bad about me, because if I put my fucking hands on their asses, then they would motherfucking not enjoy hell, and I'm the devil's dominant. I beat that bitch into submission. What the fuck you think I'm going to do with a regular motherfucker? Now, with that being said, I just like to put all this out here because, see, this shit is going to be what some people are going to have to be able to identify how do they live for the next day. Well, I'm Alpha Master Pimp Sir Easy, active, dominant, sadist, practitioner in the real lifestyles of the DNS, MNS, BDSM, Pimp style, master slave, yada, 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 relationship dynamic from a poly nature as a universalist, and you have a nice one.